Hey kids. All right, y'all know my mantra, right? My mantra, is that right? Is that the correct word? Never get on Facebook or YouTube. Where's the camera? Never get on Facebook or YouTube when you've been drinking. That's my mantra. Sometimes I wish that I would listen to my mantra. Hey, so I got my computer thing up here because I made notes. Because I got to say something. You know what? Your opinion is your opinion, and that's fine. That's what makes America great. But with all the crap that's going on, my gosh, what is going on with the world? Jiminy Christmas. I'm not really affected, so it doesn't really bother me much. Because I'm out here in the woods all by myself, surrounded by woods and rabbits and deer and guns. But my gosh, there's a few things that have been kind of coming across, and I catch a few Facebook video things because, you know, when you go to the bathroom, that's what men do. You look at Facebook. Anyway, yeah, I know, TMI, right? But like I said, your opinion's fine. I still love you. You're my friends. You're my family. I love y'all. And you can think what you think. That's what makes America great. But let me throw a couple of things past you. I got my mouse here. So I saw some of my friends. Where's the mouse? I saw some of my friends jumping on the BLM wagon. And that's fine. That's fine. It's free world. You can do what you want to. But let me give you something to think about. Let me just throw this out here. Because here's the thing. Consider for just a little bit that maybe, just maybe, we're being played. And this is why I say that. The BLM movement only seems really interested in something when it fits their narrative, right? So George Floyd was a career criminal, and that right there is just a fact. That's just a fact. He's a human being. He's my brother, you know, because God made us both, and he's my brother. But the fact is, he was a criminal. Plus, he had fentanyl and methamphetamines in his system at the time of death. Now, let me just tell you this. I spent 18 years in the jail. One of those places was the Intake and Release Center, and that's where they bring the people in right straight off the streets, right straight off the street. And some of them people coming in there were all jacked up on drugs. Now, I'm not a chemist. I don't know what fentanyl does to you, and I don't know what methamphetamines. I'm a plumber. That's what I know. But I have seen some stuff coming in, and I know that if I was a cop out on the streets in the middle of the night, now, I know George Floyd was a daytime thing, but I mean just anytime they're on shift, they're facing death every day. Every day they go out on their patrol, on their beat, and they're taking their lives in their hands for you and I. Now, listen, I'm not condoning what the cops did. All of those guys, not just the one guy, I think they are all guilty because they sat around and watched that happen, right? So, cops, they have a right to be cautious. I mean, it's crazy out there. It's crazy out there. Okay, so, I'm not making excuses for them. But obviously, Mr. Floyd did not deserve that treatment or to die like that. Drugs or not. I mean, he was handcuffed, throw him in the back of the car, let him go crazy. That's fine. Whatever. The problem is that we were all on board. All of America was on Mr. Floyd's side. It was a horrible thing that happened. And everybody was on board. And then the riots came. Now, I'm not saying that the BLM folks started the riots. Obviously, Antifa comes in from behind them and starts doing stuff, and it makes it look like BLM does a lot of bad stuff. But I don't think, as a whole, that BLM starts that stuff. It seems to be always Antifa. And just check this out. Antifa is supported by, well, I'll let you go Google that. I'll let you go see. I'll let you go look that up if you're curious about who funds all the bricks and all of the everything. Who funds all of that stuff and the buses to bus them in and all that? Well, I'm just going to give you the initials, and it's probably you'll find that it's the Clinton Foundation and Mr. Soros. I'm just saying. I don't know 100%. I don't know. I'm a plumber. I'm just saying. So, like I said, BLM only picks and chooses who they fight for. So very the higher the profile, the better for their political agenda. I mean, this was a huge, very high profile. It's a video of a white guy on a black guy's neck, and then the guy died. So that's really high profile. Let's all jump on board and tell everybody our political agenda, right? But that's really all they worry about. Otherwise, they would have made a big old stink about these following names. Let me get these to you. Police Officer Kaya LaFay Grant. She was with the Springdale Police Department, Ohio. End of watch was Saturday, March 21st, 2020. She died, it was caused by a vehicular assault. What does that mean? She was throwing out spike strips to stop a suspect that was running. Now, it doesn't say whether it was a white guy or a black guy that hit her, but the guy intentionally swerved into her and her partner, striking her and killing her and injuring her partner. Okay. How about Officer Breanne Leith, Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department, Indiana. End of watch Thursday, April 9th, 2020. She was called to a domestic violence call, and the guy didn't even open the door. He just shot through the door and killed this police officer. Again, don't know if the guy was white or black, but does it matter? All lives matter, black, white, green, yellow, whatever. Deputy Sheriff John Andrew Roden, Bell County Sheriff's Office, Texas, end of watch, Sunday, April 26, 2020. Calls. He was struck by a vehicle, again, just like the other officer, trying to lay spike strips down on a suspect that was fleeing. Police Officer Waldis J. Johnson, Detroit Police Department, Michigan, end of watch, Sunday, May 31st, 2020. Calls. Gunfire. Another domestic call. The guy opened the door with a long rifle. A struggle ensued. The officer was killed. Deputy Sheriff Sheldon Gordon Whiteman, Long County Sheriff's Office, Georgia, end of watch Thursday, January 23rd, 2020. Calls was a vehicle pursuit. He tried to do a traffic stop. The suspect fled. This deputy pursued the suspect and lost control of his vehicle, hit trees. Now, the guy was actually charged with vehicular manslaughter or something like that because he caused the death of this sheriff. And all this is referenced the Officer Down Memorial page that the FBI puts up. That's where I got that information. Now, here's the thing. They're all black. Every one of those people that I just named are black. And that's just for 2020 as of today, or whenever they updated their website. So where's BLM on that? They were only doing their job. They weren't on the street taking fentanyl and whatever that other thing was that I said. They were actually protecting lives, black and white and yellow and green and purple and orange and all that, and they were killed by somebody, white or black, don't know, but doesn't matter. That's my point. For 2019, where was BLM when in 2019, 48 felonious deaths of police officers happened? 7 of those 48 were black. Where was BLM? That's reference FBI News, by the way. And of course, then the ultimate issue I call BS on is the 295,000. Let me say it again. 295,000 abortions of black babies. Those lives matter. Those lives matter. Where's BLM when 295,000 black babies are killed intentionally? Look, I think we can agree that all lives matter. I don't care if you're white, black, yellow, green, purple, brown, fuchsia. We are all God's children. And by God, we should act as such. And that's kind of my opinion. The bad players of the world. everyone fueled by politics and money and power, they're just using incidences like this to benefit them and whatever they're looking for. I don't know. So I don't like to support them. I don't like to even talk about them and bring attention to them. Yet here I am doing it. So, you know. And one last little thing. And I only caught some snippets of videos, and it just kind of pissed me off so bad. Al Sharpton is a piece of work. I'll tell you what. Al Sharpton spoke at the... Now, check this out. A nationally televised horse and cart drawn gold casket funeral of Mr. Floyd. He spoke at the funeral. And all that stuff happened for Mr. Floyd. Now, and again, this is a convicted felon, a career criminal. And I look at all that, and I mean, it's his funeral. That's fine. That's fine. If they're so underprivileged, that's a lot of money. Horse-drawn cart, gold casket, putting it on television. I mean, holy cow. Where'd all that money come from? From the Floyd family. I don't even know them. Maybe they're wealthy. Maybe everybody donated. I don't know. Anyway, but let me tell you, the patriots of the world, here in America, if it wasn't for the patriots here in America, particularly Patriot Guard riders who I ride with for our fallen heroes, then our dead veterans and our dead first responders would get zero pomp and circumstance for their funerals. They just quietly get toted away in a big old black hearse with a few family members trudging behind them to go plant them in the ground. But the Patriot Guard riders and other patriots around the country, you know, they provide flag lines and respect and 21 gun salutes, and they honor those people. This guy was a criminal, just saying. All right, so anyway, Sharpton, apparently, he was licensed and ordained a Pentecostal minister, look at this, by Bishop F.D. Washington at the age of 9 or 10. He became a preacher at 9 or 10. Really? So he was preaching all this white privilege stuff, right? So after Washington's death in the late 80s, Sharpton became a Baptist. So, you know, good for him, whatever. Anyway, this guy's preaching white privilege, and please, y'all tell me that y'all can see the hate and the racism in this guy. He is the biggest pot stirrer of them all, it would seem. Well, there's a bunch of pot stirrers in the kitchen, but he is just one of them that, unbelievable. So you talk about privilege. This guy owed an estimated $4.5 million in taxes. That's estimated, and it's state and federal taxes of 2014. Now, I don't know where the guy sits now. You know, maybe he's paid it all up. Maybe cut a deal. What I know is he ain't in jail for that. Because if you or I had that kind of number, you and I would be under the jail. I'm just saying. And then he brought up Kaepernick, of all people, at a funeral. He's talking about how Kaepernick needs to get his job back. What the hell has some football player got to do with some crackhead's death at a funeral? Okay, sorry. Maybe he's not a crackhead. Just a junkie or something. I don't know what you call him. So anyway, it hadn't got anything to do with the Floyd's death. Anyway, I just needed to get that off my chest there. Sorry. Again, the mantra is don't be drinking and get on Facebook or YouTube. And I love y'all anyway. If you ever need to get out of the city, come see me out here in the country and get away from the bullshit. All right. Where's the button? All right. We'll see y'all later.